All right, this is something that's probably gonna piss off a lot of people in the industry, from the guys that sell it to the guys that buy it, and everyone in between, realistically. And so, the point I want to mention is it's pretty clear to me from what I've seen over the past year, right? Last year of 2025 going into 2026. The fact is, courses won't save you, bro. And even if you have an audience, right? If you're someone who sells courses, that won't even help your audience in the first place either. And here's a few mentions from someone that I get it, I haven't spent 5, 6 figures on, actually I have spent five, but I haven't spent, 6, 7 figures on coaching programs and mentorships and consultation sessions or whatnot. Though I know a lot of people, I know guys with, 30K on Instagram who are selling basically a coaching program, a consultation session of sort to other business owners, right? And they're selling that for what, 250,000, 85,000, 150,000. These are high level consulting offers, but if that works at a high level, it doesn't mean it's going to work at a low level. Pretend you're someone who has a coaching program. You might have one, whether it's on business, whether it's on, how to make it to the university in the top 5 or something, whether it's, how to become a vehicle mechanic, okay? If you have a course, right, and say it's 5,000, say it's 10,000, say it's even 2,500, right, on, I would say, more so the lower end, because I've been on those offers that have done $1.7 million in 1 month, $272,000 in 1 month, right? And so I have a lot of experience and a lot of thoughts and what I've seen generally in the industry of how these guys are, selling their stuff, like whether it's, hey, I'm gonna partner up with creators and, I already have a system, a licensing program, right, that I'm just gonna sell them for $10,000 to $15,000, okay? That's supposed to just basically monetize their digital products of sorts. And a lot of people still get excited about that stuff, which very much so confuses me on a daily occasion of an Instagram story that I see of someone offering that stuff. And this is coming from someone, again, who spent roughly $10,000, nothing too crazy on courses, programs, and coaching of sorts. And the main idea, right, with AI coming into play and how info is so easily accessible, the biggest pain point from what I've seen personally and what I've seen from people is 1, accountability, okay, and 2 is implementation. People are not in the struggle of finding information. People are not in the struggle of finding the right tactic or the gold mine strategy or the gold lead list, right? Like, people are reading through all this stuff, and I might be that one that's just like, oh, I'm so against the grain, I'm not gonna follow these, typical, marketing strategies of, hey, this is free, but you need to comment below, follow me, connect with me, send me a message, send me a DM, and like my post, and then I'll send you the free thing. Like, I'm not here for that. Okay, matter of fact, you don't even have to like this video, you don't even have to comment it, as long as you watched it, right? That's all that matters. And so, you buy that program, right? You get into it, you get a bunch of information, you get some calls, right? Maybe weekly calls, daily calls, whatever it may be, right? And that's not the stuff that's actually gonna get you to that next level of, scaling, growing, or doing whatever of sorts, right? Your coaching program, your community, right? Your course, that's not going to bring any sort of results. And what I've stumbled upon and what I realized, call me crazy, but software, SaaS, apps, and tools, and that sort of stuff actually produces instant, in quotations, but it's actually instant, results and outcomes. Because with software, you use it and you get the outcome instantly. With coaching courses and programs, guess what? You're gonna get a huge load of information onto your plate, and you're not gonna know what to even do with all that fucking information. You're gonna have so many damn things, you're not even gonna have a step-by-step guide on things. You're just gonna get lost in the sauce. And this is in the perspective of a student, and of a course seller. The fact that courses and info products and in the info industry and coaching and mentorships has gotten to the level right, to the level of people are buying hypercars to promote their coaching. You can't tell me that's not you putting excessive amount of effort into something that is not your main business, right? Because if you had that main business, you would focus strictly and strategically on this stuff. And again, don't flame me in the comments. I know offers, I know high ticket sales. That's where I've started, as an appointment setter to closer to sales manager to a CSM to then having my own agency. I know the process. You don't have to tell me that. But this is just what I'm seeing, right? I mean, the setups, the systems on the back end, the teams of 50, 70 plus people, right? Not all these, coaching programs have 3 to 4 people on their team. I've been on those teams with 50, 70, 80 people, all for sales, all just to sell that singular coaching program, right? To get someone in the door, to get them to pay, through financing, this and that. And, hey, it's cool. Business is business. I'm not going to hate on that. I'm just looking at it from a lens of impact and fulfillment and real businessness, if that's even a word, real businessness. In a sense of, can you even exit that coaching program business later down the line in the future? You probably can't, because that's not a real business. Me saying it's attached to your face, that's the damn obvious, okay? Besides that, you still won't be able to sell that info business, right? And is it all about selling a business? Definitely not. But if a business could bring you, 100K a month, 250K a month, whatever, maybe 500K a month, off of something you're actually proud of, that brings real impact, actual results, brings outcomes your students absolutely die for, and you sit on your laptop day in, day out, building something that matters. So what I want to leave you with is a very simple thing. I'm just curious if you have noticed the insane shift that's happening with the course, info, coaching, mentorship industry. The fact is, the guys that sell that stuff, they're damn aware of it and they damn hate it, right? They're not fulfilled. Like, oh, money is coming in, oh, it's free money. And then, the whole thing dies down in like 6-8 months. Okay. And then it's like, oh, what do we do? What sort of financing do we implement now? What sort of new offer do we create here? What sort of new email sequence do we set up? What sort of VSL or book a call funnel do we use? And the guys that buy it, it's just not impactful. Like, genuinely. You can believe as much as you believe your, product is greatly awesome and has, golden information inside of it. But realistically, on paper, I don't think it's that hard to find that info. With that being said, I'm gonna leave you with that. Just take a thought, think about it. If it relates, awesome. You're on my team. If it doesn't, cool. Let me continue building real businesses and you continue building businesses. Talk later.